Love, Scandal, and Rock and Roll, the untold story of Priscilla and Elvis. Behind the picture of the perfect couple lies terribly disturbing stories, ranging from manipulation to rape, infidelity, and drugs. Watch until the end to fully grasp the gravity of the situation. Priscilla Ann Wagner was born in Brooklyn, New York in 1945. Her biological father was James, a U.S. Navy pilot who had died in a plane crash before her first birthday. A few years later, after her mother remarried a man named Paul Bolillo, her name was changed to Priscilla Bolillo. As an officer in the United States Air Force, Bolillo moved the family in 1956 to Wiesbaden, Germany. It was in Germany when Priscilla met Elvis for the first time. In 1959, while serving time in the U.S. Army, he had a party at his overseas house. Priscilla attended the party despite being just 14 years old. He was 24 at the time. It has since been said that Presley would send out his friends to find young girls in Germany and invite them to his parties. There were rumors that Presley had a 15-year-old girlfriend when he was 19 and was obsessed with virginity. Elvis was shy and boyish around Priscilla. He was smitten and later told his friend Rex Mansfield that Priscilla was young enough for him to tame. Priscilla came home from the party late, angering her parents. They forbade her from seeing the musician again. However, Elvis was able to convince her parents to relent by showing up to their house in full uniform to win them over. While Elvis may have been awestruck by Priscilla's beauty, she wasn't immediately interested in the king of rock. She recalls being disgusted by a photo she saw in a magazine of the musician signing autographs on rather inappropriate body parts of a bosomy blonde lady, which turned her off. It didn't take too long for him to win her over, though. Their relationship continued until Elvis left Germany in 1960. After leaving Germany, Priscilla and Elvis kept in touch, becoming pen pals while he served in the army. It was 2 years before they reconnected in person, during which time Elvis was rumored to have numerous affairs with other women. This includes his co-star Anne Margaret and Frank Sinatra's daughter, Nancy. However, to prove his loyalty, he invited Priscilla to move in with him. Her parents refused to allow her to move in with Elvis but agreed to let her visit for 2 weeks. Once Priscilla arrived, he surprised her by telling they'd be going to Las Vegas. During their trip, Elvis bought Priscilla new clothes to make her appear older and more mature. He also had her hair styled and makeup put on to suit his preferences, but he didn't want to watch the process. Priscilla found it difficult to keep up with his lifestyle and started experimenting with illegal substances. She would use them to stay awake and then resort to sleeping pills when she couldn't fall asleep. This introduces just the beginning of Elvis's drug problems and his poor judgments in giving the young Priscilla pills. Priscilla's next visit to Graceland was the following Christmas. After letting it be known that he planned to marry her, Elvis was able to convince her parents to allow her to finish high school in Memphis, so they could be close to each other. Elvis kept shaping Priscilla's appearance. He had porcelain caps put on her teeth, scolded her poor posture, told her to dye her hair black, style it into pompadour, and made her dress similarly to himself. He pushed her to have similar images to his own. It went so far that Priscilla claimed she was Elvis's living doll to fashion as he pleases. Elvis would also provide her with substances so that she would have the energy to go to school during the day, but also be available to him at night. That was just the beginning of his controlling ways. While filming in Hollywood, Elvis would often have intimate relationships with his co-stars and other celebrities. He often kept Priscilla secluded while he worked. When rumors of his affair hit the press, he always had a reasonable excuse. He would often claim that the rumors were put into press to promote a movie or project of his. While cohabiting, the media often referred to Priscilla as Elvis's live-in Lolita. Elvis ultimately proposed around Christmas in 1966. after being pressured by his manager, father, and Priscilla herself. While some friends insisted that Elvis was excited to get married, others claimed he was reluctant. His cook, Alberta, even revealed that she walked in on Elvis crying about having to get married. When she asked him why he didn't cancel it if it made him so upset, the singer allegedly said he didn't have a choice. Elvis and Priscilla ultimately tied the knot at the Las Vegas Aladdin Hotel in May of 1967. The ceremony lasted just 8 minutes and was designed by Elvis's manager to provide maximum publicity. Very few guests were invited to the ceremony, and only a few friends and family members attended the breakfast reception. Like the ceremony, the reception was also designed to promote the singer's career. This ultimately led to a rift in many of Elvis's true friendships. After the reception, Elvis and Priscilla took a private plane to Palm Springs for their honeymoon. But the worst part has yet to come.